Well, I remember myself as young as 11 years old, looking at myself in the mirror, trying to imagine there's a crowd of people and I'm giving a speech and reminding people to speak out for their rights. And then I was there at a stage speaking at the UN, speaking at the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony.
Some people call me the girl who was shot by the Taliban, and some the girl who fought for her rights.
And today, I just can't believe that I have graduated from university. I have finished my education.
I look at you and I go, wow, you grew up. When did that happen? Look at you.
Well, that's my question as well.
Let's talk about that, graduating from university, because you graduated from Oxford University last year. You couldn't have your traditional graduation ceremony. So how did you celebrate graduating from college?
So just like everybody else, I took my exams at home and then I graduated at home. It was tough, and then you have two younger brothers and a family, and everybody is annoying you and they're coming to your room.
Malala, I think this is funny. You sound like a lot of 20-somethings because now you're back, you're still living at home. You have younger siblings, you said, and people are annoying you.
Oh, 100%. They annoy me all the time. So I have two younger brothers, and one is 21, the other one is 17. And sometimes, there are arguments. But in the end, we resolve all those fights. When you have brothers at home, and you are their only sister, and you want to make sure that your brothers learn about women's rights and equality, you have to show that leadership in your house. I want to make sure that my brothers respect my values, my rights, and my opinion, and they need to treat me as a human.
For Malala Yousafzai, those values are the center of her work at Malala Fund. That's a nonprofit she co-founded to break down global barriers for girls and their right to an education.
We are every girl who wants to learn and live in peace.
And today she is announcing an exciting new partnership for her next chapter.
I'm very excited for this next project that I'm starting. I will be producing with Apple TV Plus, and I will be creating content that includes comedy and TV shows and documentaries and movies. And I am really excited for this part of my journey because it will help me to reach young women and girls.
People that know you very well say that you have a tremendous sense of humor.
I love comedy. I'm a big fan of it. I have watched Tom and Jerry, and
Yes.
Everybody knows Mr. Bean. So there's a sense of connectivity that entertainment industry is bringing into our lives. Recently when I was watching this show, Ted Lasso on Apple TV+.
I love Ted Lasso.
He's incredible, and he's a really funny guy.
I always figured that tea was just going to taste like hot brown water.
And he constantly was reminding me of my dad.
So how did you decide that you wanted to partner with Apple?
So I have met Tim Cook in person, and I know how passionate he is for women's rights, equality, and education. And Tim, I have met so many people who say nice things but don't follow up, but Tim was just very different. He literally started supporting Malala Fund.
The admiration between these two is mutual. Apple CEO Tim Cook spoke with us about his working relationship with Yousafzai over the years.
The Apple TV Plus for us is a platform for very impactful and creative storytellers that really want to connect with their audience and change the world in the process. And there's no better example of that than Malala.
And what was your first impression of her?
I met Malala back in 2017. What I found was someone wise beyond her years, and I was all in. I wanted to work with her.
Yeah. You also traveled with her on the road.
We went to Beirut together, and I saw firsthand how the Malala Fund was helping girls, Syrian refugees. And I saw how Malala interacted with them and inspired them and lifted them up. It was one of the most moving meetings of my life.
You and Tim Cook, you seem to have formed a very unique friendship.
Tim has been, a mentor, a supporter, and I still can't believe this is happening.
Hard work, Malala, does not seem to scare you. Since we know you work hard, I would like to know how you play. I heard this, tell me if this is true, that if you were stranded on a desert island, the soundtrack you would like to bring is Phantom of the Opera. Is that true?
Yes, Phantom of the Opera. I'm a big fan of musicals, Hamilton to Phantom of the Opera. And I hope that, when things get back to normal, we can have those experiences again.
As you sit here before us today, we all met you through tragedy. And it's because of your courage, really your courage in speaking out, and that everybody knows your name, Malala. What goes through your mind when you think about that little girl?
To be honest, when I think about that little Malala, I get inspired. She was very strong and courageous, and sometimes I still ask for her help. She had a few values that I have still carried with me. Things will not change unless somebody, takes a step and makes that change happen.
You once said this, "You'll never know who stands with you if you don't stand up first." And I like the message on that. What is your takeaway on this International Women's Day?
Women must be really proud of themselves. They have worked so hard. Women globally standing up for their rights. Women are there not just talking about women's equality, but they are participating in other movements as well, from climate change to gun control. And to all the young girls out there, I will remind you, believe in yourself, believe in your voice, and become the change makers of this world. The world needs you.